Weekend Insights, meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. There's no shortage of things to talk about today, so we'll get right to it. Severe weather chance Saturday, but what's the actual percent chance? How can we help you plan your day? We'll take a look at the nitty-gritty thunderstorm risk. Lingering rain Sunday, not everywhere, not all day. We'll look at the timing, taste of fall next week, and a tropical update in both the Atlantic and the Pacific as Hurricane Kiko makes its way towards Hawaii. A reminder, you can watch weather anytime, anywhere with our 1 Degree Outside weather stream. Smart TV, YouTube app, search 1 Degree Outside Network. You'll see the live button. You can watch it that way. At the top of our app, you can access it too, and 1degreeoutside.live. All right, storm probabilities in New England tomorrow. What's the overall severe chance? It's fairly decent. Medium, 65% chance. Tornado risk is low, but admittedly is 8%. We're going to look at where the risk of rotating storms is highest coming up. Damaging wind gusts, by far and large, the greatest risk in any strong to severe thunderstorms that develop on Saturday. Moderate risk, 57%. Hail, flash flooding, low, but greater than a tornado, 20 to 30% chance. Keep in mind that flash flooding does have to meet a certain criteria, but localized flooding may occur in any of the stronger thunderstorms that develop. All right, let's look at the predicted storm energy. And the greens and yellows indicate closing in on moderate risk. In the morning, it's not there, but when we get the sun to come out, the instability starts to develop, and by lunchtime, it's in place in central and southern New England. Watch what happens during the afternoon. Do you see these little spikes in yellow, particularly from southern New Hampshire back down into the lower Connecticut River Valley? Even in eastern Massachusetts, it's a lower risk, but it is there. And then once sun sets, which is just after 7 p.m., that risk really goes down pretty dramatically. So that tells me like a noon to 7 p.m. is the time frame that we want to keep you on guard. But I do think a lot of the action is going to occur between about 1 and 6 p.m. in terms of the strong to severe risk. Now, we can look at storm rotation, which there's nothing on the map in the morning. Even by lunchtime, there's nothing showing up here on the map. But by the time we get to 1 or 2 p.m., notice a little bit starting to pop here. Few areas in central Maine, but I'm focused here from southwest New Hampshire, Route 2 corridor, lower Connecticut River Valley by the time we get to early to mid-afternoon. And there are some like deeper blues and greens in here, which indicates that there may be some strong rotation in the thunderstorms that develop. Notice where it's focused. Again, west of 495, although as I play things through during the early evening, there are some splotches that show up from Worcester County and through southern New Hampshire, down through northwest Connecticut as well. So these are the areas that will be closely focused on during the afternoon to early evening for rotating potential and any thunderstorms that develop. And that would mean that risk of low risk, at least, for rotating storms and a potential brief spin-up tornado. Let's time out the storm risk. Tomorrow morning, we're in the 60s. It's humid. It's going to be a midsummer feel for our Saturday in most areas. I'm going to play things through. And what you notice here is by the time we get to late morning and midday, there's already downpours and thunder firing up in northwestern New England. So it's a little bit of an earlier start time for us through Vermont, northern New Hampshire. South of the front, we jump well into the 80s. It's going to feel close to 90 in spots, 70s along the south coast. Breaks of sun are what help destabilize the atmosphere. So by noon, yes, there's some storms popping here in southern New England as well. Between about lunchtime and 2 to 3 p.m., that's when we get this line of thunder. Will everyone see a storm? No, but it is certainly a day to be weather aware with outdoor plans. Deeper reds and purples in here indicating there may be some strong to severe thunderstorms that sweep through. Behind it, we do turn cooler, drier, less humid with some pockets of showers lingering, but no severe risk in far northwestern New England. And then notice by the time we get to 6, 7 p.m., still some action around, but once sun sets, a lot of it will be dwindling. This is the map even by midnight. Still maybe a few downpours around and pockets of rain. And then by the time we get to Sunday morning, rain from Maine down into eastern Massachusetts early to mid-morning. And then late morning, I do think a lot of it will ship out of here. But there are some signs we may get a lingering shower, a little bit of light rain into the early afternoon. So I've stopped things for Gillette, for the home opener, for the Patriots. So I would have a raincoat with you. Notice it's a totally different feel with temperatures running in the 60s generally during the day on Sunday. We do get some partial clearing coming in late in the day. So it's not a great day, meaning a beautiful looking day. If you are headed down to Gillette, plan on temperatures running in the 60s. So kind of a fallish game, right? Feeling like the 60s, cool and damp with a few showers around for tailgating and maybe into kickoff, and then some breaks of sun possible by the end of the game. That may actually boost us up into the mid-60s. Bottom line is our app is a great tool to have for the thunderstorm risk on Saturday, for the Patriots down at Gillette Stadium. Interactive radar, past plus future mode. You can see where the storms are, where they're going. Make sure your location and alerts are turned on so you can get any warnings that do pop up. Again, the stream right at the top you can tap to watch. How much precipitation is going to fall from the thunderstorms? I'm going to play things through. Most spots picking up a half an inch to an inch of rain. If you've watched Insights the past few days, a lot of it was focused in northern New England. That has now shown signs of shifting a little farther south and east. So will everyone pick up an inch? No, but in some of the thunderstorms that are stronger, you may get a quick inch, inch and a half, 2 inches of rain that come down. A little bit less in far southeastern New England, including Cape Cod, and far northwestern New England too. Sticky. When you wake up tomorrow morning, dew points in the 60s to right around 70. So it is tropical, although notice the drier air comes into northwestern New England by late afternoon and evening. Real sticky in the eastern and southern New England Saturday evening, and then Saturday night, we all get dropping humidity. Still a tad humid in the morning, particularly on Cape Cod by Sunday morning. And then drier air continues to filter in. Nice crisp air actually by Sunday night into the start of next week, and that sticks around for most of next week. 14-day dew point and feels like forecast is included in each of our membership levels. We've got 4 levels to choose from. Membership.onedegreeoutside.com. Thank you to everybody for your continued support. We appreciate it so much. In the meantime, the front is out of here and does push offshore with high pressure building in behind us. That's what promotes the mild days, but the cool, crisp nights for the start of next week. So Monday, varying amounts of sun and clouds, really nice. Monday night gets chilly, widespread 40s, some 30s in northern New England. And then Tuesday's quiet as well. Some high, thin clouds possible in far southern New England, but it looks dry, at least for the start of next week. All right, high temperatures really varied tomorrow. Well into the 80s, central, southern New England, 70s to the north, 60s where we get some rain early in northwestern New England. Tomorrow night, 50s to lower 60s, some pockets of rain and showers still around. And then on Sunday, these may be a little bit generous. We may hit 70 if we get some breaks of sun, but there'll be some rain again in the morning that departs a lingering shower into the afternoon. Monday, brighter skies with temperatures that are running in the 70s. All right, let's talk about Hurricane Kiko. We'll shift out to the Pacific. Major Category 3 storm, 155 mile per hour gusts, well out in the Pacific, but will likely strengthen and remain a major hurricane through the upcoming weekend. Then we'll encounter some wind shear, some colder ocean temperatures, and continue to weaken heading into the start of next week. But I talked about this yesterday. Tropical storm conditions, likely that Kiko passes north of the Big Island. That said, we've got the cone of probability, so some tropical storm force gusts and potentially some rain bands may impact Hawaii. This will be generally during the day on Tuesday into Wednesday, so we'll watch that closely heading through the beginning and middle part of next week. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic, we still have these clusters of thunderstorms. It's a slow process here, but conditions more conducive for potential development in the coming days and may become tropical depression Gabrielle over the course of this weekend. We'd want to keep an eye on that as it makes westward progress, but really not until the middle part of next week as it makes its way towards the Leeward Islands and the Lesser Antilles Islands as well. A reminder, you can rep our brand. The 1 Degree Outside merchandise is all at swag.onedegreeoutside.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you with Weekend Edition and an update on the thunderstorm risk tomorrow morning.